Angel Reese shuts down Caitlin Clark question. She wanted credit, not conversation.
It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me, too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Last year, you made a powerful statement saying the reason people are watching women's basketball is not just because of one player, but because of you, too. A year later, do you feel like you're
Next question.
Yeah.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. Don't get it twisted. Don't get up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. You know, but I'm rooting for Caitlin because I've been in that seat before. I've walked that road before. You know, I'm just kind of in this mode right now because I'm getting the same, you know, thing from watching my son, who's a 19-year-old, kind of getting a lot of animosity and hatred towards him when he's just a kid trying to live out his dream. You know, there's a very small number of men and women that actually get to live out their dream of playing a professional sport. And we have grown-ass men and women out here doing whatever they can to try to make sure that does not happen. That is the weirdest thing in the world, but it is what it is. And I'm glad that Caitlin has a great head on her shoulders.
Call it racism. Here's what I see. I see a white girl out of Iowa, straight two, by the way, coming to this league. And this league, which has been around a long time, has never had this much popularity. Black girl gets that same attention. Okay, she's a rookie. She hasn't done it yet. I'm a little aggravated. But the white girl, that is part of the reason why they're so angry. Stephen A. Smith, Matt Barnes, Pat McAfee, all you guys. It's racism. It's that simple. I got the balls to say it. You don't.
Angel Reese admitted to the entire world why she dislikes Caitlin Clark. It doesn't take a genius to know that Angel Reese isn't the biggest fan of Caitlin Clark. I mean, during the 2023 Women's National Championship game, Angel Reese was taunting Caitlin Clark consistently. These two have an awesome rivalry that have gotten a lot of us much more invested in women's basketball. And obviously, that carried over to the WNBA. While the Indiana Fever, which is Caitlin Clark's team, faced off against the Chicago Sky this past week. And then you saw Chandler Carter literally tackle Caitlin Clark in the middle of the game. On the bench, you could see Angel Reese celebrating. Following the timeout, you could see Angel Reese hugging Carter and praising her. And once the game concluded, we finally found out why Angel Reese is so bitter towards Caitlin Clark.
People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas. Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
And finally,
people about the Angela Reese versus Caitlin Clark thing. To all the black people out here trying to make it a racial issue, y'all delusional. Angela Reese is garbage. Pure garbage. In terms of a skill set, her versus Caitlin, she's garbage. She plays like a toddler. There's no finesse, no smoothness, no beauty, no poetry, no skill set to her game at all. She's garbage. Stop being delusional.
Angel Reese walked into the arena with confidence, knowing full well the cameras were on her. The lights, the questions, the pressure. None of it was new. But this time, something was different. She wasn't just walking into another WNBA press conference, she was walking straight into a storm of criticism that had been building ever since she made a bold claim last year. People watch women's basketball because of me too. The statement went viral, sparked debates, and followed her into every gym, every locker room, every tweet. And now, in the most unexpected way, Angel Reese finally decided to respond. It happened live, not in a tweet, not on Instagram, not through a publicist. On national TV during a press event, Angel Reese was asked the question that had been hanging in the air for nearly a year. Do you still believe people are watching women's basketball because of you? A moment passed. Her eyes scanned the room. The reporters leaned forward. The room went quiet. And then, with the kind of poise that only comes from being hardened by a year of public scrutiny, she delivered the now infamous response, Next question. Some called it a dodge, others called it a power move. But no matter how you interpret it, that moment was the spark that reignited the firestorm around Angel Reese and the ongoing debate about who really drives the popularity of women's basketball, her or Caitlin Clark. Let's go back for a second. Last season, Reese had positioned herself as more than just a star athlete. She was the cultural lightning rod, the media magnet, the self-proclaimed villain if that's what it took to get people talking about the sport. And to her credit, people were talking. Whether they loved her or hated her, Angel Reese made noise. And in women's sports, where attention often comes at a premium, that's a rare kind of power. After LSU's championship win over Iowa, a game that shattered ratings records and pulled in over 10 million viewers, Reese took the moment and ran with it. The ring finger taunt, the unapologetic interviews, the viral social media moments. She embraced the spotlight in a way few female athletes ever do. And when she said, "People are watching because of me too," it was more than a boast. It was a declaration, a warning, a statement of intent. But fast forward to now, and the numbers tell a more complicated story. The Chicago Sky's home attendance, roughly 8,000 fans per game. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever, selling out arenas coast to coast, topping 17,000 per game and climbing. Clark's jersey, number 2 in all of basketball, men's and women's, only behind Steph Curry. Reese, not even in the top 10. Those are not just numbers, those are facts, and facts don't care about headlines. Still, Angel Reese isn't backing down. After that next question clip went viral again, she took to social media to clarify. She posted, she spoke, she laughed, and most importantly, she doubled down. She said she's proud of her role, proud of the hate she's received, proud to be the reason people have opinions about women's sports at all. And in her own words, being the villain is a role she's willing to carry because somebody has to do it. She even said recently, "I'm okay being the one y'all love to hate. As long as you're watching, I'm doing my job." That quote didn't come from a marketing executive. That came straight from Angel Reese's mouth. And in many ways, it's the clearest window into how she views her impact. Because whether you think she's wrong or right, Angel Reese is undeniably relevant. That's the tricky thing about influence. It doesn't always show up in charts or graphs or ticket sales. Sometimes it shows up in memes, in TV segments, in the fact that you can't scroll your timeline without seeing her name pop up. Sometimes relevance is the conversation itself. But let's address the elephant in the room. Is she better than Caitlin Clark? Now, if you're just looking at basketball stats, the answer is simple. Caitlin Clark is rewriting the record books. She's dropping triple-doubles, shattering NCAA scoring records, and lighting up highlight reels with Steph Curry-level range. She's the face of the WNBA right now, and the Fever are all in on her. They've built the team around her, moved games to bigger venues, and even based entire marketing campaigns on her brand. She's the engine that's driving the league's current explosion. But Reese's defenders will tell you something else entirely. They'll point out that basketball isn't just about stats. It's about heart. It's about leadership. It's about energy, defense, and hustle. They'll remind you that Reese led LSU to a championship, that she's one of the best rebounders in the game, that her impact goes beyond the box score, and most of all, that she's taken more heat than any other player in recent memory and still shows up every night to play her heart out. That's not nothing. The truth? These two athletes represent two sides of the same coin. Clark is the shooter, the record breaker, the media darling. Reese is the enforcer, the disruptor, the one who makes sure the spotlight doesn't stay on one person too long. They've become symbols in a way that almost transcends the game. Clark's excellence feels effortless and clean. Reese's impact feels messy, raw, and real. And maybe that's why this rivalry works so well. Because fans aren't just choosing between two basketball players, they're choosing between two worldviews. The critics say Reese talks too much, that she's arrogant, that she's riding Clark's wave. But you know what? She's still here, still making headlines, still getting under people's skin. And if the point of marketing is to get attention, then mission accomplished. When people bring up her attendance numbers or mock her social media, what they're really doing is proving her point. Because even when she's losing, they're still talking about her. Even when Clark's the one dropping 30-point games, Reese is still in the conversation. And in media terms, that's a kind of win. Now, let's talk about that live TV moment again. Some saw next question as weakness, a retreat, but others saw it as restraint. Angel Reese knew the question was coming. She knew anything she said would be twisted, clipped, debated, memed, so she said nothing. And in doing so, she took control of the narrative. She refused to feed the fire. It was the opposite of a meltdown. It was calculated, cool. And for someone who's been accused of being too emotional, it was a reminder that Angel Reese is playing chess while the rest of us are watching checkers. Her mother later jumped in too, adding fuel to the fire on social media. She took subtle shots at Clark's fan base, saying that some fans are busy looking at attendance while others are chasing banners. It was a jab, no doubt, but again, it kept the spotlight right where Angel Reese wants it, on her. Because whether it's applause or backlash, it all adds to the legend. The Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese debate isn't going away. If anything, it's about to heat up even more. Their teams face off on May 17th in a game that's already being dubbed the WNBA's version of Ali versus Frazier. Ticket sales are through the roof, TV execs are foaming at the mouth, social media is already on fire, and in the middle of it all is Angel Reese, smiling, nodding, letting the hate roll off her shoulders like water. She knows what people are saying, she knows the comparisons are coming, but she's betting on something bigger. She's betting that in 5 years, people won't just remember the shots Clark made, they'll remember the moments Reese created. The memes, the drama, the passion, the emotion, the headlines. Because basketball isn't just about skill anymore. It's about spectacle. And nobody understands that better than Angel Reese. Her critics can quote stats all day long, but at the end of the day, Reese has what so many athletes spend their entire careers chasing: relevance, visibility, cultural clout. That can't be measured in box scores. It's measured in attention. And right now, like it or not, she's got plenty of it. As the WNBA season gets underway, the stage is set. Caitlin Clark will continue to dazzle. Angel Reese will continue to provoke. The league will benefit. The fans will feast. And the rivalry that once started on a college court will now unfold on the biggest stage women's basketball has ever seen. Whether you love her or hate her, Angel Reese is in the building. She's not running, she's not hiding. She's standing in the fire, unbothered, and maybe even a little amused. And if you ask her whether she still believes people are watching because of her too, she might just smile and say, "Next question."